Or welcome to another edition of International Soccer Break. I'm your host, Sahil, and we just finished up an international week. And let me bring it to the boys, Rahi and Roycito, and let's jump into it, guys. So we had a couple games that we want to focus on. A lot of big games, actually, this round. CONCACAF, of course, having the worst showing. But two teams that did not have a very bad showing were Portugal and Argentina.
And why would you bring up these two teams? Of all the teams, why would you bring up Portugal and Argentina? I don't know, Roy. Do you have any idea why?
I don't know. Are you Portuguese, Sahil? Are you Argentinian?
Yeah, I'm a mix of Portuguese and Argentinian.
You look like it. You got that real nice exotic look.
There you go.
It is very Argentinian as well.
Well, yo hablo español poquito. So anyway.
Wow.
What happened is this, for those who are not aware, Argentina recorded their largest win ever in La Paz, a place where they've traditionally struggled. And Portugal recorded their largest victory in the history of Portuguese national team soccer, 9-0 against Luxembourg. And in both cases, a certain gentleman by the name of Lionel Messi and a certain gentleman by the name of Cristiano Ronaldo did not play.
That's why they won, right?
No Ronaldo, no problem.
We'll go into the on-off topic directly. And today, we have two. We'll start here. Onside or offside, Portugal needs Ronaldo. Fernando Santos dropped him for the game against Morocco, coming off the 6-1 victory that Portugal had in the World Cup over Switzerland. Gonzalo Ramos, who scored again in the game against Luxembourg, good showing, scoring a lot of goals. Do they need him?
I'm going to let you go first, Roy. Go ahead.
Wow.
Go, Roy. Go, Roy. I know you have a lot to say. Ronaldo's your favorite. I'll let you go first. There's a lot of love there.
No talking trash about Ronaldo. He's my boy. I like Ronaldo. I think he's an incredible player, one of the best of our time. But let's be real. This dates back to the World Cup. This dates back to his Manchester United days. Most recently, Ronaldo is not the same player he was. He's not as explosive. He's not as intelligent on the ball. He loses the ball frequently. He loses the ball in dangerous places. And he's 37 years old. This isn't a critique on the player. This is nature. This is biology. As a player ages, his impact lessens, his quality lessens, and we are seeing it in front of our faces with Cristiano Ronaldo. And it needs to be accepted. In this day and age, Portugal is much better off with Ronaldo off the field. It was the case at the World Cup. It's the case today. It will continue to be the case until he retires. So having him on the team, I think, is more bad than good at this point. We should respect his history. We should respect what he's done for both club and national team. Today, he should not be on the national team. The team is much better, much more unified. They play more beautifully. And look at their past 6 games, man. Check out their past 6. Is it 6 or 5? But they won all of them after that Morocco game. Simple as that.
He has played in obviously some of those. But okay, Roy, you're offside.
Those games as well.
100%.
So, you're correct. He didn't start in that Switzerland game. Look,
true.
You're not wrong. Surprisingly, Roy, you're not wrong.
It's not surprising.
But I don't think you don't take him on the team. I think his leadership is valuable. But this is a player who has built a lot of his career on extreme athleticism and building himself up to be this player who is a freak of nature athletically. It's incredibly impressive. But to your point, that does catch up to you when you're a player who, in some ways, the difference has been athleticism or his ability to outwork you. And his mental toughness is next to incredible and probably unmatched. He's the most mentally tough player in the world. But at this point, Father Time is caught up to him. Portugal does not need him. Absolutely not. This is onside. And I'd go a step further. I don't think Ronaldo can play at a top European club right now. No. And that's why his decision to go to Saudi was actually a stroke of genius, because it eliminates the question, can he get into a Manchester United team? Can he get into a top team in Europe? The answer is no. The answer is no. That's why going to Saudi was brilliant. because it avoids the question entirely, allows them to shine in an inferior league. And the truth is, Portugal is better off when Ronaldo is not on the field. In the roster, maybe, but onside, yes.
Okay, you're both
not need
onside.
Ronaldo.
Offside.
both-
You're offside, buddy.
Oh, he's
wow.
onside.
Read the damn.
He's offside.
you got-
Yes.
I'm offside, man. Wow.
offside.
I'm offside. Age is
Yeah.
catching up to me too, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Offside. Okay, so you guys are both offside. I'm gonna answer at the end of the both of the.
Yeah, and
onside
I made a
topics.
mistake. Ronaldo is not 37. He's 30.
He's 38. He's
So,
38.
yeah,
Come
big
on, man.
mistake.
Man,
Come on.
full of mistakes. We're all
All right.
too old for this.
All
man.
right, all right. So Argentina now moving over to Argentina. Argentina needs Messi. They've won the Copa America with this group of players. They've won the World Cup with this group of players. Prior to that, Argentina struggled with other players and Messi was more impactful, you could say, perhaps in those teams. So do they need him today? Onside, offside.
Your turn, Ra. Go
This
for
is
it,
an
my friend.
interesting one. And the way it's worded is Argentina needs Messi. Messi's a different player than Ronaldo. He's incredibly talented. He's the best player we've ever seen in the game. And he does it with finesse, with the natural ability that's insane, right? So he doesn't rely on athleticism as much. It's a very different story. The question of whether Argentina needs Messi, the answer here as well is Argentina doesn't need Messi. Messi makes Argentina a little better, but this is a team that's so well constructed in the midfield now, where each player is playing a distinct role. McAllister, DePaul, you have Enzo in the midfield, and then up front you have Julian Alvarez. You could put Lautaro in there as well. This is an incredibly constructed team. They work very well together, and they're the number 2 team in the world, in my opinion, without Messi. Maybe France is number 1 without Messi, but I think this team does not need Messi. To get to to win a Copa America, they don't need Messi. To qualify and do well in the next World Cup, they don't need Messi. And at that point, he's going to be too old to have an impact for them anyways. So the truth is, Argentina does not need Messi. Yeah, they can benefit from the moments he provides, but over the next few years, they don't need Messi. They can win a Copa America without him, hands down.
Okay, so you are.
I'm offside that Argentina needs Messi. They're better with him. They want him, but they don't need him.
Okay, offside. Roycito.
Yeah, I was listening to you talk, Rocky, and it didn't feel right. The things you were saying just didn't feel right. And I'm trying to detach emotions from this, him being, my favorite player of all time. But the question is, can the Albiceleste fly without their right wing? And the answer to that is yes. They're still a great team. But to your point, Messi's magic doesn't come from his physique. Messi's magic doesn't come from his speed necessarily. Messi's magic comes from up here and his feet. His incredible technical ability where he can maneuver around 3-4 players and then place the perfect pass. So Argentina's problem, many times, we saw it at the World Cup, we saw it before the World Cup, we saw it many times over the past 15 years, is their inability to score. They hit that issue in many games, and who gets them out of it? Much more often than not, it's Lionel Messi. So I don't think we could it seems like you're basing this on the Bolivia game. Bolivia game is one game against a very, very bad Bolivian team. Yes, typically Argentina does poorly in La Paz, sure. But that's one game without Messi in recent history. We can't answer that question based on that one game, but I will say what Messi brings, Di Maria doesn't bring, DePaul doesn't bring.
Look at the World Cup, man. Look at the World Cup.
Nobody brings it.
Messi was a pivotal part, but that team was so well constructed. That team could have arrived at the World Cup final without Leo Messi.
That team works for Messi. This is the difference between past Argentinian teams and the current. Past Argentinian teams work through Messi. They need him to get from this place to score. Now they work with Messi. They work very hard to allow Messi the time and space to do his magic, to lay off the perfect through ball, to put in the perfect cross, to take the perfect shot.
If Messi retired tomorrow,
this is a different Argentinian team.
Agreed. But if Messi retired tomorrow, where is Argentina ranked in the world? If Messi retires
they're going to be great.
tomorrow,
they're going to be a top 5
where
team.
is Argentina
100%.
ranked?
But
Where?
I don't think they're a World Cup winner without Messi.
Where do they rank? What was the
Where's
answer?
the top five? Where's
Top
the
two.
top five?
Top two right now.
The
But
two, yeah.
I would say
At
top
least
five,
first or
maybe
second
top
world.
two. But I don't think they're a World Cup winner. They would not have won this World Cup without Lionel Messi on that team.
Okay. So
I
Roy's
am
obviously on
Very assured of that.
onside on this one. Okay. So I'm gonna finish up this, and I'm gonna say I'm actually onside for both. I think that, and it's not for anything that is tangible. I believe Argentina is a top 2 team in the world without him. I believe the new crop of Portuguese players are all fantastic and are driving the team. But the intangibles that both these players, even Cristiano Ronaldo to this day, brings. Now, that doesn't mean these players need to play the entire game, but having these players as part of the team, having them come in when you need, let's say, a boost or to take a penalty or to take a free kick or to score a goal when time is needed, they're still both very good finishers. I think those intangibles are huge for these teams, especially when you're competing with the other teams in the world that are very strong as well, don't have these 2 intangibles. And I think you milk them until you can't milk them anymore. So that's my sense with that. And we'll end on that note. We'll see how both the 2 legendary players do. And until next time, keep watching the beautiful game. Vamos, Ronaldo. Vamos, Messi. Let's go.
Beautiful. But I disagree with you, Sahil. I'm so
okay.
sorry, my friend.
It's okay.
How lucky we are, man. Living in a time with these incredible players. Like